Okay, good morning, everybody. I got to figure out how to make this big. We are about to do everything that we meant to do yesterday, but we didn't get a chance to, did we? How do I make this large so that y'all can see all of it, but I don't know what is going on. All right, I'm so glad everybody is here. Um, Let me see if I can make sure I see the chat. Menu layout, private, nope. I want that to go away. All right, we're going to do everything that we need to do to get ready for the day. And that is going to consist of, I've already done LED, um, and I actually did my Jove's laser mask already this morning. But what I still need to do is my Nira laser. I still need to do that around my eyes, nasal labial folds, and my lips. So let's do that while we're just sitting here chit-chatting for a second. Um, Yesterday, I ended up having to go to the doctor with my daughter, so I didn't get to do, see, I'm getting the bad tones, which means I have to concentrate. And you have to make sure that your Nira laser lays flush against your skin. Now, I also do it to raise my eyebrows, as you see here, okay? And this time, since we're going to take our time with this video, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around a second time on my eyes. It's probably going to tell me in just a second. Right there. It's going to tell me that it's finished with that one section, but I keep going until I finish it. And I disregard those sections, or those noises, I guess I should say. So what this does, this is actually the Nira Pro. It used to be called Pro Plus, but now it's called Next Generation or Second Generation. Oh, see, I always have trouble in that corner. To make sure that it lays really flush with the skin, or it will give you the warning sign and it'll stop firing. This laser is FDA approved, and I absolutely love it. It has done tremendous things for my skin, and it does have to be used on a daily basis, and it should be used, you can even use it twice a day. I could do my whole face, I could do my hands, but I, I haven't started all of that yet. So, okay, now I'm moving into nasal labial folds. And what I usually do is I go down the nasal labial fold, then I go across the upper lip, and I'm going to the other nasal labial fold. And so, at-home lasers are the anti-aging wave of the future. We can do this ourselves and save an awful lot of money. All right, now I'm going to do this nasal labial fold, and what I do just to make sure it's even, I do this nasal labial fold twice because I'm going to go back and do this nasal labial fold twice. I use this on the highest setting is what I do. Okay. Going back across the upper lip. And then I'm going to do this nasal labial fold one more time. This is stimulating collagen. It is stimulating elastin. It is at a nanometer depth that gets down to that collagen layer, which is why it's so important. So at age 56, I'm still stimulating collagen and trying to produce more collagen and elastin. Okay, I do these two little areas right here. I wouldn't call them jowls. They're just under my mouth. And I don't know why I'm noticing some wrinkling there. So I go ahead and just do these twice too. Okay. So with that being said, the Nira laser is done for me. So at this point, what I need to do is I need to hydrate that skin. is what I need to do at this point because I have just done a laser on top of it. So with my hydration today, I have a lot of things to choose from. So I think I'm going to take a little sip of coffee. Now, as I moved my coffee cup, I saw my growth factor, calcium. I'm going to go ahead and do this. This is by far the best. This is, sometimes people call this the red deer serum, because the growth factors came from baby red deer. I understand that no deer are hurt in this process. And I use 1 pipette. And this is my growth factor. Okay. Growth factors are, again, another cutting edge anti-aging ingredient that everybody needs at this point. Everybody needs. Now, I am going to have to do lashes because my lashes came off. I had used a grocery store Ulta bought lash. Didn't do much, and I didn't like them, and they were coming off. So I decided no. All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to use I'm not going to use hyaluronic acid today. Give me 1 second. I'm going to use something that you may have heard of, beta glucan power. Okay, this is beta glucan. This is actually like a hyaluronic acid. Some say it's even better. So it's just a little serum that I'm going to put on my skin for hydration after using my laser. Let me make sure that didn't feel like it got on there like it should. After using my laser, it is a moisture serum, beta glucan. All right. Just to let you know, I am feeling a little bit of stinging right now. And what that means is my barrier, my skin barrier is a little compromised because things shouldn't be stinging right now. So since they are, this would not cause any stinging if I had good hydration. Whoops. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I started with that, got a little hydration on there. Then I'm going to do my vitamin C with my DNA enzymes. I better turn this like this. Oops, sorry, y'all. Let me take it back down a little bit. All right. Here we go. This is going to be my vitamin C serum with my DNA enzyme repair. Okay. Very important. Another futuristic, cutting edge, anti-aging. This is the DNA repair is repairing all of that damage that I've done for 56 years. And I use the product by Photozyme. Photozyme Vitamin C plus E DNA repair enzymes. This one has photolyase enzymes in it, which work with sunlight. So it's a good one to use during the day. Plus, of course, your vitamin C should be during the day also. So since I've gotten that done, I'm actually going to let that sit and I'm going to go to lashes. So we'll do lashes at this point. Give me 2 seconds to grab this is my lash kit. Yes, my lash kit. So I wish I could figure out how to make that bigger. And I would like, I don't know how to get that to get bigger, but because it is not wanting to. Don't want all that. Don't want all that. We'll just keep going. All right. Y'all can see I'm using StreamYard. This is my first time to use StreamYard, and I thought I had spent several hours on it yesterday trying to learn it, but maybe it didn't quite work. So, hey, whatever. Okay. What we start with, I love my Lashify lashes. This is my little glue pad, okay, that I use first. That's where I put my lashes down. Thank you. I got one person watching. Yay. Thank you. Hello. 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 So now I'm going to pick the lashes that I'm going to use, and I'm still waiting on some lashes to get here. So they are supposed to arrive today. So these are fluffy 14s. So I think I'm going to have to use several of these. And they come in a little container like this. Oh, and these look like they're brown. That'll be odd. I don't know if I have enough to do the whole thing in brown. I might. Let's see. We'll play with it. These are in brown, so let's go with it. All right, the way you kind of pull them apart. And you pull them. You're very careful how you grab them because you don't want to tear them up. There's one that was kind of halfway. All right. I have enough to do 4 in that brown, and I don't have any more brown, so I better come up with something for my inside lash. All right, here's what I'm going to do. This is a fluffy 12. So, wait, that kind of looks brown too. I may be colorblind. I may be colorblind. All right, so let's go with some 12s. Nope, they're black. You put them next to the brown, you're like, ding, 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 those are black. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So I usually use 5 per eye. All right, so let me put those back. And I'm going to show you delicately. They're supposed to stick, but I don't stick them down. So there's my lash map right there. I put it on this sticky pad. Okie dokie. Now, since I had to take my lashes off, I'm in the process of getting them, getting all of my glue off, because that's vitally important to get all the glue off. So I use the Lashify Melt Away, and this, I'll shake it up, just, I don't know why. Eye makeup and bond remover. Okay, this will give me my bond remover, and I will kind of stick that on that eye. I'll stick that on that eye. You have to make sure that your eyes have no leftover residual bond or oils. So I bet I'm gonna have to go. This is probably oils. This melt away, because I have another product that preps. Yep, you're not gonna get a good adhesive with your lashes, and y'all know that I can keep my lashes on for a solid week, which is ideal because y'all know I have my lips blushed, which is a tattoo on my lips. So I wake up with, if I have lashes on, I pretty much all I have to do is morning skincare and a little gloss on my lips, and I can go to an exercise class or the grocery store or run some basic errands. It's not a full face of makeup, but hey, it works. Okay. I think, as you can see here, I've gotten what I thought I had all of it off, but I did not have it all off. Very, very important to get all of the old glue. They don't like to use the word glue anymore. They like to use the word bond. So, right, I'm going to put this back up. This is called Melt Away, and it really helps get all the old bond off. But now it's very important that I make sure that all of that oil is gone. So, this is where I use, I need some more. This is called the Lashify Pre-Cleanse. And so what it is going to do is going to go over my eyes and make sure that all of this is not oily anymore. Not oily. Now, this is not burning at all, which is a great sign, because I used a product by Lilac that was a pad cleanse, prep. I can show it to you. It's over there. I used it to put some lashes on a week ago and burned like fire. And I was like, oh crap. So I saved it because I didn't know if maybe I was just dealing with the issues that I'm having with my skin, or, was that stuff really burning? So I didn't know. Coffee time. Okay, that being said, let's dry them real quick. Do a quick dry. Handy dandy fan. Multitude of uses. Multitude of uses. Now, the two bonds that I use with my Lashify, they have little blue fingernail polish dots on them simply because, well, Lashify has gone through some reformulations with their bonds. And I've been using Lashify for over 5 years, I believe. Loved everything. When they changed their formulation, I was allergic and had to go to the eye doctor and all that kind of stuff. So they've gone back to their normal formulations. They were wonderful. Their customer service helped me so much, made sure that they sent me original formulations, and I got the Whisper Light Flexible Bond, and I got the Bondage, which are the two that really worked the best on me. So what I do is I start with the Whisper Light, which is going to be a white color on my lashes. And as they always say, less is more. So I don't want to put too much, but the key is to make sure that every lash has some white on it. Because that is the bond and that is the glue. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try my best to wait until it is all white. I mean, it's all clear. The white will turn clear when it is tacky and ready for lashes or the next step. And my next step would be putting the bondage product on top. But here's my little trick that I do first off. Y'all see that still? I'm making sure this is a little goopy. So since that's goopy, here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this tool to go in and kind of clean off because I've gotten a little too much. I got to clean that off or it'll end up. But then I feel like I just have to make sure that every little lash has some white on it. Every little lash has some white. Now my trick. Take this same white and I put it on what's called the spine. I don't know how to do this and show it to you. Let me get them completed and then I'll pick them up and show them to you because I don't want them to fall off. So I go actually on the lash that I have down here on this sticky pad that's about to be placed on my eyes, and I put this white on the end that's going to be closest to my skin. Then I close that one up. I'm completely finished with that. I put it back down. So let me show you kind of what I did. If you can see. Can you see the little white lines? That's what I did. I just put the little white lines on there, and I'm going to be letting them dry as well. Okay, so that's going to be drying before I come in with bondage. This is old school bondage. It is the original formula that they've brought back. You can see that this eye is almost clear, meaning that almost all the white is gone and it's now clear, which means it's tacky and ready for the next step. This one, we still have a little ways to go. I can always bring out handy dandy fan, speed it up a little bit in some ways. Now, I know that this takes a little bit of time to do. However, you're only doing this once, maybe twice a week, which makes my other mornings extremely fast, because my lashes will be done. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go in with the bondage. What I'm going to be doing with the bondage is I'm going to be placing it, and you go just above the waterline, about 1 to 2 millimeters, but I even pull it through my lash because when we fuse these lashes, it will fuse to the entire lash, which I think I get more longevity that way. Okay, and you see it's kind of a gray color. Now this one is not completely ready for this process, but sometimes I have found that it works okay. So now I put the gray, which is called bondage, all over this side, trying to make sure that I hit every single lash. Every single lash. Now, this bondage is an advanced version. It's advanced, so it needs less time to dry, and it doesn't give you that little telltale sign like the white one does that says, I'm ready. This one, you just kind of have to realize you're going to, use a clock or, do something else. You really can't do anything else because, as you noticed, I couldn't put any moisturizer on. Well, I did. I put that serum on, but I made sure I didn't go around my eyes. Then I really made sure all the oils were off my eyes, etc. Now, I want to come up close while we're letting this dry. Do y'all see I still have the dots? Y'all see the dots that I still have? Still have some dots down here. These dots are from my radio frequency micro needling. It was called Pixel 8 that I had done almost 2 weeks ago. So I still have some of the dots from that machine, which means I got a great treatment. Now, I have a wonderful lady who knows not to go too deep, too hot, etc., because we don't want to burn any fat on my skin, but I have that done once every quarter, and y'all know that. Okay. Now, this is called my wand, and these are little plastic things called wandums that I put on the end that actually help me grab the lash and put it on my face. Okay, so what we do is we take our lash map. I start from the outside and go in. So that's going to be this side because I used that other. I did it a little bit different today. So we come in here. We go up underneath the lash, and it should truly just almost like Velcro. If I have waited long enough for everything to get tacky, it will stick like Velcro and just stick right on. I like to do a bit of an overlapping method because that really, I found not taking the lashes exactly end to end and kind of doing a little overlap protects and gives me a little more longevity with my lashes. They hold a little longer. And you see, all I have to do is just touch them, and it's kind of Velcro-ish, and this is my wonky one. It's kind of small. I think I pulled the wrong thing there, but that's going to be okay. Okay, you see, kind of, there we go. And now for my inner corner, it's going to look a little weird because it's black compared to the browns, but that's okay. All right, so one eye is placed. I would say done, but it's not done yet at all. So look at the difference. Just look at the freaking difference. Isn't that awesome? Okay, let's go to the next eye. Outer corner to inner corner again. I pick it up off the little pad and I go, I hope y'all can still see this because I gotta go to the outside. I think I sleep more on this side of my face because this outside lash I have more trouble with than any of them, keeping them on. And I'm going to go in again, overlap. Okay. See how easy and fast it can be if you let the bond dry nicely. It is just a nice little Velcro. You just touch it, boom, you're done. This eye's going on easier than the other eye, which normally does not happen. Okay, my last one, my little baby for the middle. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I usually just kind of push them up just a touch because I don't want them on the waterline. Not only will that shorten my wear time, I can feel them. And doing them a little bit above the waterline, you can't feel it. So now we take these wandums and we fuse. By fusing, we're going to smash the false lash to my lash, which is covered in the bond. Okay? This eye, for me, works perfect. It is a great, I do that. It is a great shape. Everybody's eye shape is different. Mine works wonders, and I can do this eye in a full fuse, just like this. And basically, I'm just pushing, pressing. Sometimes I do little double presses, as you can see on the outside. I just kind of press it in, hold it for about 8 to 10 seconds, open it, kind of blink away, go in again a little bit higher, because as you remember, I put that bond all the way up my lash line. All the way up my lash line. Okay, hold on. And that side is fused. This side, my eye's a little different, and it doesn't like a full fuse like this. And I'll show you because I don't really get all of it. So I kind of start with it, but my outside corner does not get a full fuse. So I have to do some creativity on this one. So what I have to do is I do what it's called a reverse fuse on this outside, and I make sure that I get it there, and I make sure that I get it there, and I make sure that I get it here. And basically what I'm doing is just making sure that they're, the best word I got, smushed together. Smushed together. Not the tops, not the fluffy part, but down next to what's called the spine of the lash. I want it to have a great bond with my lash that already has the bond on it. So you could call this a triple bond method because I used Whisper Light first, which was the white. Then I came in with Bondage, which is the gray, on my natural lashes. But my trick is to use that Whisper Light white on the spines of the actual false lash. So that's 3 different bond applications. Got it? Okay. So you think you're finished, but you're not. We have a product. I gotta find it. Okay. Then we come in with a sealer. The one, it's called Nightline, and that is the sealer. It's called Nightline Sealer. It's also by Lashify. It is black, and I love it because if I have made any gaps, this will fill in all my gaps. It is a sealer. It helps bond. It helps do all those things. But what's more important, it is, I mean, not more important, that's the most important. The little extra caveat is that it darkens where you've messed up or got a little hole if it's not a full line. So see, it's just a black, kind of like a little liquid eyeliner, but it helps repel water and helps hold in. Okay, so I got the one eye on. Let's get the other eye on, just along the spine to give a nice sealant. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. I kind of had a little. We're still going. Good job. Okay, so I've just done that nightline on there. And now what I'm going to be using, what I normally would use would be something called waterproof, which is another sealant that you put on at the same time, right after. It bonds with the nightline, gives you more sealant, more protection. But when I threw out all of the bad bonds that I had that were the new formulation that I was allergic to, I'm waiting on a new one to come in. But I still have what's called glass. And I'm going to go with it. Okay. With that being said, now my eyes are completed. There we go. Eyes are complete. Eyelashes are completed, I should say. Eyelashes are completed and done, and I can put my things away um, because that's all I need to do. If I want to, I can dry them just a little bit, but they are completed and ready for the rest of my skincare. All right, so now we move on to what we're going to do for skincare and makeup for today. I'm very careful. I want to use some eye cream. This is the eye cream. I'll link it below. This is the eye cream that I want to use, but I'm very careful not to get too close to those lashes, okay? It's very important at this point not to get too close. All right, there's my, I've already used my vitamin C. I've already used some beta glucan. So now I'm going to go in with my sunscreen because, as we know, it's vitally important. I shake up my sunscreen, and I am using two different types of sunscreen right now. I am using the light and the medium, and adequate amounts is 3 fingers full. So this is the light. I'm going to use 1 finger of the light. Then I'm going to use 2 fingers of the medium. And I'll probably change that up in December or January and do the reverse. Okay. This is my sunscreen. It is Color Science. And I absolutely love it because if I don't want to or plan on wearing full makeup today, this is enough. This is enough for me. It's enough coverage, just for an everyday makeup, an everyday coverage. And all it is my sunscreen. So I love it. So if your skin doesn't have to have a full foundation, that is your answer right there. It came out white and then it turns to the color of my skin. All right. Now, I'm going to take this fan and I'm going to dry it just a little bit because I do want to move into some foundation today. Let me put that back away. Okay, so I'm drying this down, letting it get nice and dry. Just Amazon fan, keep in my drawer. It's great. Now, for today, what am I going to use? I'm going to use I'm going to use Wet n Wild. I'm going to tell y'all, this Wet n Wild foundation, it rivals all of my high end. It really does. It is an amazing, it's just called Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, is all it is. Now, I probably will be blending two different, I've got Golden Beige and Buff Bisque are the two, you see the two different colors. Since I'm in fall, a little bit different, I'm going to probably use a little bit of both for foundation. So I'll go here and here, and one across the top, a little bit there. Then I will come in with this one and go along with that. So I've got the two colors that will blend together and give me a closer match. Okay, closer match. Now, I could use a sponge, I could use a brush, or I could use my fingers. I haven't wet my brush and I don't want to get up, so I'm just going to use my fingers. And we're going to do this. And smooth it all around. It does look a little thick right now, but it's given some great coverage, which I do have to sing this afternoon, evening, and I'm doing some recording today, which is why I'm going to do a full face of makeup. I'm going to go down the neck and then back up the neck, making sure not to pull too hard. Go over the lips, which I shouldn't have done, but I did. It's fine. A lot of people do that. And then I have this I have very deep set eyes, which sometimes it's very hard to get in there. Okay. Now, foundation is now on. And again, fan, 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 fan. As I'm just letting it fan, I'm going to come up with what my eyes are going to be for the day. Now, I am absolutely loving, if you've not heard of Beauty Pie, I will link my code below for you for Beauty Pie. Beauty Pie is a membership that you pay one time a year, and you get high-end skincare without the middleman. And when you look at the ingredients on all of their products, they're amazing. So you're getting things that normally are costing, $100 and up, and you're getting those types of things for $20. You do have to pay a membership, but if you look into it, the science is behind everything. It's going straight from the lab through Beauty Pie to you, and there's not a lot of middleman. Okay, so we let that kind of dry my foundation down. The first product that I'm going to use is a cream stick from Beauty Pie, and it's called Wonder Color Cream Shadow Stick. This is Vanilla Whirl, and I love it on my eyelid. Now, I have to be careful because I got my lashes on, right? So what I'm going to do with this, and it so brightens up my eye. I just kind of go on my lid, and I go from an upward angle down because of my lashes. Normally people would go straight in, but when you got your lashes on, you got to go from the top. Okay, I'm going to get a little, this is going to be my Angie Hot and Flashy A501 brush from BK Beauty. And I'm just going to make sure and kind of blend it and smooth it out on both eyes. Okay, and just kind of blend. I am not sure what that is. Oh, I bet you when I did that, some of that bond is still not dry, or nightline or whatever. Okay, so you were careful there. Then I'm going to decide on what I want to use in my crease. I always have to have something in my crease. And I picked up this Natasha Denona Gold palette, one of these little bitty ones that you get as you're walking out of Sephora. These are the ones that people tell you, never buy, never buy. I'm a sucker. I bought it. But it does have a beautiful neutral, a beautiful gold, and then a beautiful dark brown. I love all three of those colors, and I thought, what a winner on those. Now, I'm going to start with this neutral because it's a little bit darker. I'm going to start with it in my crease and then decide if I need the darker shade or not. Okay, so I'm going with that, and I will put it all over, and we'll see if that might be enough. Now, that brush that I just used was BK Beauty 207. It's very dense. It's great for just applying a lot of color where you want it, and then you come back in with something fluffy. This is my BK Beauty 201 that I used a minute ago, and I'm just gonna fluff it out and smooth that out. Okay, and there we go. Okay, how's that? Now, looks like I might need a little more over here to make sure that they're both the same color, because you definitely want them both to be the same color. And smooth that out. All right, got it there? Good job. Okay, so both of those. Now, do I want a little more in the creases? If I do, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly touch that, tap it off, and then I'm going to go just right here. Just right here. Give a little definition on the outside. That's all. Little bit of definition right there. Okay, that makes it just a little bit more. Going back in with my fluffy brush and make sure blending all of those things together. Just a little, just a touch, touch, touch. Just remaining on the outside. All right, with that being said, now I'm going to go, okay, I like the top, like that. It's going to be fine. So now what I have started using, which I really do enjoy, is an Urban Decay. This is called Bourbon. Look at that color. It's kind of, I don't even know what, kind of a bronzy color. It's by Urban Decay. It's their 24/7 line. I love this under my lash line. It really helps. Y'all know I did the waterline for the longest time, and I've just kind of stopped because of some sensitivities that I've developed, which I don't know what in the world's going on. 56 years old, never had allergy in my eye. Now I'm getting some allergies. Okay, so I've got a little bit of that on, and now I'm going to come back in, just tipping the bottom lashes with my Thrive Cosmetic Tubing Mascara. I mean, just a tip, little bit right there. There you go. Okay, done there. Now, do need something for the eye. Do need something for my brows just to darken them up. Just a scoosh. Just a scoosh. Okay, and what I'm using, I really like something different. Hold on. Natural brows, hair like eyebrow, natural brows. I don't know where I got this. This is one of those little pins. It's got three, can y'all see that? It's got three little things to make hair-like structures. Okay, it's going to darken them up just a little bit. I've got thick brows anyway. Darkens them just a bit. I am a big proponent of dyeing your eyebrows with the Just for Men beard and mustache dye. Big proponent of that. I love it. I try to do it once every 2 weeks, and I am probably due. Look at the difference that made. Voila. Now, it comes on the other side of this. Oh, I think I just broke it. Well, that's not going to be good much longer. Oh, I thought that was a spoolie. Okay, so it comes with 3 ends on one side, 1 end on the other. If you just need individual hair strokes. Got it. All right. I'm pretty much done there. Now, let's decide what we want to do as far as cheeks. Y'all see that I haven't used any contour whatsoever. This is just my face. So do I need contour? Probably not. But I did, huge Ulta haul. Got to be careful because a lot of this is Christmas presents. But I did buy myself a stick from Milani, and it is a cream blush because us older ladies, we need to be using cream blush rather than powder blush. Even though I do still love my powder blush, I decided to pull in some cream blush before I put, and I will be using powder. Y'all I'm sorry. I am of the age, I don't know. Will I ever not use powder? I don't know. Getting into these things, I love how they package them so you know they've never been used before. But dad blast it, sometimes they are very hard to get into. All right, this is real world here, right? Real world. Now, come on. Let's get this open. If we can figure, well, haha, look at there. Okay, so we just yanked it off. Okay, this color, it's by Milani. It's called Supercharged Cheek and Lip Multi-Stick. And I used the color, or using the color 130. It's called Spice Jolt. So let's see what we got. Okay, just a little. Just a little. All right. And let's see what we end up with. We will go. Okay. Not a lot of payoff there, but I think it's actually okay. I think it's actually okay. All right. All right, I'm going to close that back up. I think that's okay. And if I wanted to at this point, I could go on top of it with some other blush if we think I need any more blush. Okay, so we do need a little lip to complete our look. And I will go in with another Beauty Pie stick that I got, Velvet Matte Lip Crayon. This is in the color Damsel. Okay. I love this because that's pretty much it. I'm going to take this out. Y'all know I've got 1 row of extensions in my hair, and I'm just going to kind of brush through it because I'm washing my hair 1 time a week, and that is it. Okay. All right. Here we go. And, all right, going to do that while I'm still letting everything kind of dry a little bit. And I am going to come in with a little bit of powder in the center. A little bit of powder in the center of my face. Okay? Now, I have both kinds of powder that I absolutely love, and I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all about it. You've got your Charlotte Tilbury, that's very, very expensive, and the dupe. The dupe is just as good. This is by MCO Beauty, and look at how similar. I don't know how they get away with it, but they do. So I'm going to use the MK. Why don't I do it on both sides? I'll use one side with the MK Beauty, and I'll use the other side with the Charlotte Tilbury. So here we go. This side, and I really just kind of go right in the center, and then let's see how we do on the other side. This one is I'm at Pan because I love my Charlotte Tilbury. And then we'll go kind of right here. I don't want to go too far out. Can you tell a difference? Can you tell a difference? Drugstore, high-end. Drugstore, high-end on my blush. Can't really tell a difference, can you? Okay, all right. So pretty much that is all I need to do today. And I'm ready for the day. Thank you so much. If you would, please subscribe to my channel. Give this a thumbs up. And we'll be doing this on a regular basis. So please subscribe. Click the bell notification for me. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful day.